She lashed out at me in front of her friends. "You can't even please me, let alone support me." I grinned, settled my portion of the bill, and left the restaurant. Later that night, she appeared at my door in tears, but my new girlfriend answered it. "Hey viewers, a quick shout-out. Over 14% of you are subscribed, and it means everything to me. If you're new here and like these stories, join the crew by hitting that subscribe button. We're aiming for 10,000 subscribers. Alright, I know this sounds intense, but stick with me because this whole thing is crazy. My ex-girlfriend, Nicole, and I were together for about 8 months. I'm 25, she's 24. Things started off great, but in the last few months, she became increasingly fixated on money and started criticizing my lifestyle. I'm a plumber and run my own company. I earn solid money, but Nicole always acted strange when people asked about my job. She works full-time managing a high-end boutique downtown, surrounded by luxury goods all day. We live together in my house, which I own outright, for about 4 months. Lately, though, Nicole kept pushing for us to move to a bigger home or a fancier neighborhood. Everyone at work lives in those sleek downtown condos, Jake. They're so much nicer than this place. Babe, this house is paid off. Why would we move somewhere we'd have to rent? Because it's not just about money, it's about status. The trouble really escalated when she started hanging out with a new group of women from work, all dating guys with corporate jobs. Suddenly, Nicole seemed ashamed to be with a plumber. "Why can't you get a regular job like everyone else?" "Nicole, I own my business. I make more than most people. It's not about the money, it's about what people think." I should have ended it then, but I hoped she'd come around. Last Friday, Nicole texted me about going to a trendy new restaurant downtown, the kind where a steak costs $40. I agreed, even though it's not my vibe. Great. I invited Lauren and Chloe from work and their boyfriends. You'll finally meet them. That raised a red flag, but I went along. Saturday night, we met at the restaurant. Lauren and Chloe arrived with their boyfriends, who were exactly as expected, buttoned-up guys talking about their corporate jobs and stock portfolios. "This is my boyfriend, Ethan," Lauren said. "He's in digital marketing." "And this is Ryan," Chloe added. "He's in corporate finance." Then it was my turn. "This is my boyfriend, Jake," Nicole said, barely enthusiastic. "He runs a maintenance company." Maintenance company, not plumbing business. Maintenance company. Dinner was uncomfortable. Ethan and Ryan kept droning on about their careers and asking vague questions about my work. Nicole redirected the conversation whenever they got specific. "Jake handles property upkeep for commercial buildings," she said when Ryan asked directly. It was technically true, but made me sound like a janitor instead of a business owner. Halfway through dinner, Ethan started talking about a vacation he was planning with Lauren. "We're eyeing Bermuda for a long weekend, all-inclusive resort." "That sounds amazing," Nicole said. "Jake and I never do stuff like that." I looked at her, confused. "We talked about going to Costa Rica. You wanted to wait until summer." "That's different. It's not a real vacation." "What makes a vacation real? You know, somewhere romantic with luxury resorts and top-notch service." "Costa Rica has luxury resorts." "It's not the same, Jake," Lauren chimed in. "Ethan surprised me with the trip for our 6-month anniversary. It's so nice to have someone who knows how to treat you." The comment lingered. I could see where this was headed. "Must be nice," Nicole said, staring right at me. Chloe piled on. "Ryan and I went to Napa last month. Wine country is so romantic, way better than camping or whatever." "That's what I'm talking about," Nicole said. "Some people know how to plan real dates." "Nicole, we've been on plenty of great dates." "Like what?" "That weekend at the lake house, the concert downtown, dinner at Giovanni's last month. Those aren't the same." "How are they not the same? Because they're not impressive, they're just ordinary." Ethan and Ryan watched this exchange like it was a show. Lauren and Chloe exchanged glances. "Nicole, maybe we should discuss this later." "No, let's talk now. I'm tired of acting like everything's okay." "What's not okay?" "Our relationship, Jake." "Our future? What's wrong with our future?" "What future? You're happy just running your little maintenance business forever." "It's not a little business, it's thriving." "Thriving compared to what?" "Compared to most businesses." "I do well, define well." I was getting annoyed. "I make good money, Nicole, you know this?" "How good?" The table fell silent. Everyone stared at us. "Nicole, what do you want me to say?" "I want you to admit your limits." "What limits?" "Your career limits, Jake." "Your ambition limits." "I don't have limits, I have a successful business." Nicole glanced at her friends, then back at me. "Jake, you can't even please me, let alone support me." The words stung like a slap. Lauren and Chloe gasped. Ethan and Ryan looked uneasy but intrigued. "Nicole, what the hell? It's true, Jake, you're not ambitious, you're not refined, you're just okay with being small time. Small time? Yes, small time. Look at Ethan and Ryan. They have real careers, they get what women want. And what do women want? Success, progress, someone who's going places. I sat there for a moment, absorbing what just happened. My girlfriend of 8 months who lives in my house just told strangers I couldn't support her. Then I started laughing. What's so funny? Nicole asked. You think Ethan and Ryan are more successful than me? They have real careers, Jake. Ethan, you're in digital marketing, right? Yeah, why? What's your annual income, if you don't mind? Jake, don't, Nicole warned. About 70,000, Ethan said. Nice. Ryan, what about you? Around 85. Cool. So Nicole, since you think I can't support you, want to know what I made last year? Jake, stop this. $160,000. The table went quiet. That's impossible, Chloe said. Nope. Plumbing business is solid. Emergency repairs, commercial contracts, new construction, I'm booked 6 months out. Lauren looked stunned. You make twice what Ethan does. Yeah, but apparently that's not enough because it's not fancy enough. Nicole's face turned red. Money isn't everything, she muttered. You just said I can't provide for you. Sounded like money mattered a minute ago. It's not about money, it's about image. Image? Yes, image. What do I tell people when they ask what my boyfriend does? You tell them your boyfriend owns a successful plumbing company and earns 6 figures. It's not the same. You're right. It's better because it's real success, not just a shiny title. I waved the waiter over. Can I get the check? Jake, what are you doing? Paying for my meal and leaving. You can't just leave. Watch me. The waiter brought the bill. $150 for 6 people. I calculated my share, 2 drinks and the salmon, about $35 with tip. Jake, you always pay when we go out, Nicole said quietly. You just said I can't provide for you. Guess I'll stop trying. I placed $40 on the table and stood. Thanks for dinner, everyone. Good luck with the rest of the bill. Jake, sit down. Don't make a scene. I'm not making a scene. I'm leaving. You and your fancy friends can figure out the rest. I walked out feeling like I'd escaped a trap. At home, I sat on my couch, replaying the night. Nicole had been living in my paid-off house, eating food I bought, sleeping in a bed I paid for, and she just told strangers I couldn't support her. My phone buzzed around 11 p.m. texts from Nicole. Jake, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Lauren had to cover my share of the bill. Can you Venmo me back? Jake, please answer. I'm getting an Uber home. We need to talk. I ignored them. She got home at midnight and tried to talk, but I went to my room and locked the door. Sunday morning, she was gone, leaving a note saying she was staying at Lauren's to let me cool off. Sunday afternoon, I ran into Sarah, an old high school friend at the hardware store. We'd been close back then, but lost touch after graduation. Jake, wow, how are you? Sarah, hey, I'm good. What's up with you? Just moved back last month. I'm a nurse at the hospital now. We chatted for an hour in the parking lot, catching up. Sarah was smart, funny, and grounded, nothing like Nicole. We should grab coffee sometime, she said. I'd love that. We swapped numbers and planned to meet Tuesday. Monday, Nicole came by while I was at work and packed more of her things. She left another note saying she needed time to think about us. Tuesday, I met Sarah for coffee. We talked for 3 hours about everything, work, family, goals. She was impressed by my business. That's incredible, Jake. Starting your own company takes serious courage. Thanks, it's been good to me. I bet, plus you're helping people. When my sink broke last year, I'd have paid anything to get it fixed fast. A completely different vibe from Nicole. Wednesday, Sarah came over for dinner. I made burgers and we watched a movie. She loved my house. Jake, this place is gorgeous. You own this outright? Yeah, bought it 3 years ago. That's amazing. Most people our age are stuck renting. Thursday, Nicole texted asking to meet and talk. I didn't respond. Friday, she called my mom. They'd met a few times when we were dating. My mom called me later, laughing. Jake, some girl called crying about how she messed up and wants you back. What you tell her? I said if she was foolish enough to be ashamed of a guy who owns his house and business, she deserves what she got. Mom, you didn't? Oh, I did. Then I told her you were raised to not chase people who don't value you. Saturday night, Sarah and I went to a nice restaurant, a proper date. She looked stunning and we had an amazing time. Easy conversation, no complaints about money or status. Jake, can I ask something? Sure. What happened with your last relationship? You mentioned you just got out of one. She was embarrassed about my job, thought dating a plumber was beneath her. That's ridiculous. You're successful and hardworking. What more could someone want? Apparently a desk job and a fancy title. Her loss. When I dropped Sarah off, she kissed me goodnight. It was the first time in months I felt genuinely excited about someone. The next Friday, a week after the restaurant fiasco, I was in my garage when the doorbell rang. I thought it was Sarah since we had movie plans. Instead, it was Nicole crying with 2 suitcases. "Jake, thank God you're home. I've been thinking all week and I know I can fix this." "Nicole, what are you doing here?" "I'm here to apologize and move back in." "I was wrong. You can't just move back in. Please just hear me out. I talked to Lauren and Chloe and they said I was crazy for what I said." "So your friends had to tell you that you screwed up. That's not the point." "That's exactly the point. Jake, I messed up, but we can work through this." "There's nothing to work through." "Yes, there is. I love you. You love me now that your friends know I make good money." "That's not true." Before I could say more, another car pulled into my driveway. Sarah got out with takeout bags and a bottle of wine. Nicole turned and saw her walking up. "Who's that?" "That's Sarah." "Sarah who?" "My girlfriend." Nicole's face paled. "Your girlfriend?" "Yeah, we've been seeing each other." "For how long?" "About a week." Sarah reached the door, confused about Nicole crying on my doorstep. "Hey babe," Sarah said, giving me a quick kiss. "I brought Thai food. Everything okay?" "Everything's fine. Nicole was just leaving." "I'm not just leaving," Nicole said. "Jake, we live together. You moved out, remember? You needed time to think. I didn't say I was moving out for good. You packed your stuff and left. That's moving out." Sarah stepped forward. "Hi, I'm Sarah. I don't think we've met." "I'm Nicole." "Jake's girlfriend." "Ex-girlfriend," I corrected. "Jake, tell her we're working things out." "We're not working anything out, Nicole. I'm not leaving until we fix this." "There's nothing to fix. You showed me who you really are." Sarah looked between us, then at me. "Jake, should I come back later?" "No, stay. Nicole should go." "This is unbelievable. You're replacing me already." "I'm not replacing anyone. I'm moving on with someone who respects my work." "Jake, I respect you. You respect me now that you know I make more than your friends' boyfriends." "That's not why." "That's exactly why." Nicole stood there, crying with her suitcases, then finally loaded them into her car and left. Sarah and I went inside and she asked what happened. I told her the whole story. Her reaction was perfect. "Jake, she sounds terrible. Who says that about someone they claim to love? Someone who cares more about appearances than reality." "Well, I think what you do is impressive. You built something from scratch." That was 6 weeks ago. Sarah and I are official now, and things are fantastic. She's proud to tell people I own my business and never makes me feel like I need to justify my success. Nicole tried calling a few times, but I blocked her. Lauren texted once, saying most people at their work thought Nicole was out of line at dinner. Last week, I ran into Ethan at the gas station. He seemed awkward but approached me. "Jake, hey, about that dinner. Don't worry about it." "No, I feel bad. Nicole was harsh, and honestly, I was impressed when you shared what you make." "Thanks. For what it's worth, she's been miserable since you split. Keeps asking Lauren about you." "That's too bad. She moved back in with her parents, couldn't afford her own place without your help." So Nicole went from living in my paid-off house to moving back home. Funny how that worked out. This whole thing taught me that some people value appearances over substance. Nicole wanted a boyfriend who looked good on paper, even if he couldn't provide what I could. She got so caught up in her coworkers' opinions that she threw away financial stability for social clout. Now she's back at her parents, while I'm with someone who values what I've built. Sometimes, the best revenge is letting people face the consequences of their choices.